What's going on there, everyone? Good morning. Well, we got a lot to get through today. First story, Ilhan Omar allegedly diverted campaign funds to pursue romantic affair, complaint alleges. Now, this woman just can't seem to get right. Whether it's some sort of anti Semitic attack or, just being an ethically and morally just bad person. The fact that she's in our government still baffles the mind. But let's just get into the story here. Representative Ilhan Omar violated campaign finance law by using campaign funds to pursue an affair with married Democratic consultant Tim Minette, according to a complaint filed with the Federal Election Commission Wednesday. This doesn't surprise me at all. Omar's campaign has disbursed $223,000 to Tim Minette's company, E Street Group LLC, from August 2018 through June 2019, mostly for fundraising consulting, FEC records show. But on April 1st, her campaign began making payments to E Street Group for travel expenses. You know what I've noticed from these, these Justice Democrats and whatnot? They say all this stuff about corruption, but even with, you can see with AOC's campaign and that psych-ad Chakrabarty, that there is all kinds of corruption going on inside of their campaigns. Everything they say they're against, they've been doing themselves. It seems to be a typical progressive leftist thing, you know. The hypocrisy is real, people. Less than a week later, on April 7th, Tim Minette confessed to his wife that he was romantically involved with and in love with Omar, according to a divorce filing Tuesday by Dr. Beth Jordan Minette. Beth Minette said in her filing that her husband's more recent travel and long work hours snow up here? What? Come on, people. Show to appear to be more related with his affair with Representative Omar than with his actual work commitments. Omar's campaign disbursed $21,547 to cover travel expenses for E Street Group across 8 payments from April through June, FEC records show. Tim Minette, 38, is a partner with the company, according to his LinkedIn profile, and is one of the company's governors, according to business filings submitted to D.C. Department of Consumer and Regulatory Affairs. The timing of Omar's campaign's travel reimbursements to E Street Group coincide with the start of Omar's alleged affair with Tim Minette is suspect, according to an FEC complaint filed Wednesday by the Conservative National Legal and Policy Center. You know, how many little scandalous type things aren't going to be investigated? You know, because we're still trying to get to the bottom of, did she commit immigration fraud by allegedly marrying her brother? How come this stuff's not being actively and openly investigated? These are not baseless allegations. I mean, there's a lot of evidence for these things, and nothing seems to be getting done about it. Why is this? I mean, is this woman made of Teflon? I don't understand, because everything seems to just slide right off of her. I don't get it. If Elon for Congress reimbursed Minette's LLC for travel so that Representative Omar would have the benefit of Minette's romantic relationship, the expenditures must be considered personal in nature, NLPC said in its complaint. The NLPC noted that FEC regulations prohibit the use of campaign funds for personal travel unless the candidate's personal funds are used to reimburse their campaign. Representative Omar's filings do not reveal subsequent reimbursements for Minette's travel, the NLPC stated. Omar and Tim Minette have been pictured together at multiple events in recent months. Most notably, the pair were pictured sitting together at a fundraiser for CARE in late March, where the Congresswoman described the 9/11 terrorist as some people did something. I know people are trying to make a really big deal out of all the photos coming out, but I gotta say, all the photos coming out, even the ones where they were like, oh, they seemed like they were, like he was romantically protecting her from the cameras and stuff. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I'm not saying this isn't happening. I'm just saying there's no real good photographical evidence of anything happening. I'm sure people can, in their minds, can twist it and say, see, they're always together, blah, blah, blah. Well, if they work together, they might always be together. That kind of happens. But still, the thing is he's come out and admitted to all this and is actually divorcing his wife because of it. There's probably a lot of truth here. Omar and Tim Minette were also pictured together in late May at an event hosted by Karen Washington. NLPC investigator Tom Anderson previously told the Daily Caller News Foundation, we believe Representative Ilhan Omar may have touched the third rail of the campaign finance law, dispersing campaign funds for personal use. It's a brazen act of Representative Omar was caught doing before in Minnesota, and all of the evidence we've seen tell us she's probably doing it again. Yet nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. Omar, 37, was fined $500 by the Minnesota Campaign Finance and Public Disclosure Board in June in order to repay her campaign just under $3,500 for using campaign funds to travel to a conference in Florida. Omar has been married twice to her current husband, Ahmed Hersey. The Daily Caller Mail report, the Daily Mail, getting my crap mixed up in my head, reported in July that the pair had split and were heading for a second divorce. The Minnesota Democrat denied that she was separated from her husband or dating somebody during an interview Tuesday with CBS Minnesota. No, I am not, Omar said. I have no interest in allowing the conversation about my personal life to continue, and so I have no desire to discuss it. Of course, because there's a lot of shady crap going on, and you don't have any answers for it that wouldn't constitute a violation of some sort. That's why you don't want to talk about it. Omar is the second sitting member of Congress alleged to have used campaign funds to pursue romantic affairs. A Republican Representative Duncan Hunter of California and his wife were indicted in 2018 for taking more than $250,000 from his campaign to fund personal vacations and their children's tuition, which I believe he had to step down and everything, if I remember correctly, which he should. You know, if you can't be right while you're working in a public office, sorry, you need to go away. You know, let's get someone in there who can be ethical and actually follow rules. The Justice Department also alleged that Hunter used campaign funds to fund at least 5 extramarital affairs, Political reported. Hunter's criminal trial is scheduled to start in January. The Omar campaign did not immediately return requests for comment. And they won't, they're not going to comment on this at all. Every time you see Omar walking around on TV and there's 100,000 reporters chasing after her, asking her about any of these allegations, even the ones that span 7-8 months back, she won't say nothing about nothing. I mean, she acts like the cameras aren't even there. You know, we should have more transparency with our government officials, don't you think? Like, when we the people are asking questions, they, elected by us, should have to answer our questions. But they don't, because as soon as they get into office, they feel they are above all of us, and we are just simpleton little peons. Because they've got what they wanted. They got the power they wanted. This is why the government's can be dangerous. This is why there's a lot of like constitutionalists and stuff like that who just do not trust the government. Libertarians, conservatives in general like smaller government. And these are for some of the reasons why. Because it can get out of control and out of hand real quick, and nothing will get done about it. Nothing will get done. But here's a copy of the FEC complaint. I'm not going to go through it because I'm sure I'm sure if I read some of it, I'll probably get in trouble by YouTube. But we can probably go down here and yeah, I'll just put like I always do. I'll put a link in the description for you can come here yourself and read it for yourself. I think it's better that way in a way. Sometimes it's best to see things with your own eyes. But yeah, they got the transcript here, so everyone can read it. So yeah, looks like Ilhan Omar is up to her typical shenanigans of doing whatever she feels is right. Whether she would condemn it fervently if it was someone on the right doing this. But of course, we're not going to see a whole bunch of that. You're not going to see this all over the media, even though it should be. This is kind of a big deal because it's a repeating habit from these Justice Democrats to do a lot of shady things and try to get away, and actually get away with a lot of shady things. We need to call these people out. We need to call them out. We need to make sure people know about these situations that are happening with these people. Because no one seems to care. And that's a sad day for our government. When no one cares about the bad things and the bad allegations that are going on. If it was any one of us normal people and we were doing something like this, we'd probably end up in prison somehow. But we see that they live under a completely different set of rules than we do. And it's frightening. But I'd love to hear your comments on this, whether you think, oh, they're just picking on her, they're looking for something that's not there, this, that, and the other. Or whether you've done the research and realized this woman's got too much baggage. Way too much spare baggage. Something needs to be done about it. But as always, like, share, and subscribe. I will catch you on the flip side.